AITHA for yelling at my sister after she leaked private videos of my room. I 19 female live with my parents, my younger sister 16 female and our 4 dogs. Recently my sister sent private videos of my room that she took when I was at my lowest point mentally to her friend. This friend then sent the videos to all of our friends for everyone we knew to see. My boyfriend 22 male and several of our friends saw it before they finally took it down because my mother told them to. My sister's friend said he did it because I needed to learn my place and that no one was going to give me any sympathy because I didn't deserve it. I screamed at my sister and her friend and called them out for invading my privacy and humiliating me purposely. I blocked my sister's friend and I added them to everything. I still haven't really talked to my sister. My mother then said that I had done it to myself and I should have kept it clean, though she knows that I was not at all mentally stable well at the time those videos were taken. So recently my friends have all been saying they're stressed out from work school, so we wanted to do something fun. They came up with going to Las Vegas for a week as we've never been before and it's kind of infamous for being fun. I'm not a massive partier, especially since I met my BF, but I thought it would still be nice to spend quality time with all my girls. So I agreed and was excited until I told my BF about it. We ended up getting into an argument because he told me it wasn't a good idea and he didn't want me to go. He said that most of my friends are single so they can go off and party, but I'm not, so I shouldn't go without him. My BF's 2 concerns were my safety and men hitting on me at club parties. I was saying I have my friends with me, and with guys hitting on me, I just tell them I have a boyfriend. I did start to get annoyed with him because it started to sound like he didn't trust me. So I told him that just because he's previous GFCH head on him that he doesn't need to project that onto me. I know my BF does have an issue with a few of my friends as he thinks they are a bit rowdy, but I don't think it's fair of him to judge my friends just because they like to party. Just booked our tickets, but my BF is still arguing with me and telling me he's not just letting me go to Las Vegas so I can act single. He said that he'll take some time off work next month and we can go on a trip to have fun together, but that's not the same as going with my friends. I do respect my partner's opinion, but I should be able to do what I want. I told my friends about my BF being annoyed about Las Vegas and they all told me he's being insecure about it. But now I'm feeling a little guilty about going and making my BF upset, so WIBDA for going. I 26 male, single and live in a small mobile home community. I've been told numerous times by my dad to get a GF, marry and have kids. I personally don't really want any of that as I will never be able to afford it. I've lied to my dad saying that I might. After a few times of saying might, he told me that I need to do this for the family name. I finally snapped and told him that if this is so damn important to him, then you pull your checkbook out and pay for it. That pissed him off until I rubbed it in further and said, I don't give an F about our family name. We're not rich millionaires. I can barely afford to get a GF in the first place. I finally told him that I'd rather go out with friends, find new hobbies, work hard on my career and in the future, travel to places I dream of going to. So AITHA for not doing what my father wants, throw away. I am 24 and B, currently living with my parents since finding a place to live while also going through college and trying to enter grad school is too much currently. They're more than happy to let me live with them. However, I'm not out to my parents as being non-binary. When I used to identify as a trans man, I tried to come out to them and was immediately bashed. So I went back into the closet and hid. This happened when I was 15. I'm perfectly fine with staying this way for as long as I need, but there's one issue that's been bothering me for a while now. My dad 60 male named me after his mother, my paternal grandmother who died well before I was born when he was in his 20s. I won't divulge too much for privacy's sake, but it was very traumatic and he never got over it. He wanted to keep the memory of her alive and thus her name became mine. My family doesn't even call me by that name and instead calls me by my middle name, which is just immensely confusing honestly. Anyways, I chose a different name for myself when I was 15 and figured out I wasn't cis. Since I didn't want my name to be feminine, I chose a more neutral masculine name and it stuck ever since. Only close friends, my girlfriend and coworkers know that I go by this name. I've kept it hidden from my family for fear of what they might think. A little while ago, my dad and I were talking when my mom was off at work. We eventually came around to the conversation of gender. I can't remember how at this point and I decided rather impulsively to test my luck and see how my dad would respond to me telling him about my identity. When I got to telling him about my name, he got very defensive. He told me I was being disrespectful even if I never met her. She was a lovely woman from what I hear from my dad's stories and I would have absolutely loved to meet her the same as my grandfather, but he died when I was just a baby so I have no lasting memories of him at all. I tried defending myself since being trans doesn't just mean transitioning physically, but also socially. Changing my name and my pronouns is part of that transition. Instead of listening, he started crying, screaming FCKU at me and calling me a brat for being so disrespectful. Eventually, he stormed out to have a cigarette and cool off. The last thing he said to me that day after he came back to not tell my mom about this. I locked myself away in my room and refused to speak to him for the rest of the week after that. I feel bad for getting him so upset, but at the same time him denying my name change feels less like he cares about me and more about his mother's memory.